But of all the names I've been called, one has always remained my favorite. King.
What happened to this guy? Like, this is a genuine question. Monkey King was one of the most OP characters in Dota 2 because they couldn't understand how to balance this hero. And they still don't know how to balance him properly. Like, there is no middle ground. It has been 8 years since his release and they still don't know what they're gonna do with him. First, they made him so broken that people started hating this game, and then you used the nerf hammer on him so many times that now no one wants to play him. And listen, I wasn't going to make a video on him because even after all these nerfs, for that many years I was still having fun playing Monkey King. But then they did something that I never expected.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Like, I genuinely want to ask, what were they thinking? The only one good thing about Monkey King even after so many years was his Primal Spring. Doesn't matter what kind of playstyle you choose, this was your best friend. Late game carry, snowballing, offlane Monkey King, or even if you want to play as a support with this hero. This ability was amazing no matter how you use it. Fast forward today, they decided to take away what we love the most about Primal Spring. And to be honest, I'm not that shocked about this nerf because I've already gone through 5 stages of grief and already sold my Monkey King Arcana. But still, if there are some people who still want to play Monkey King, then I have few recommendations. First one being playing as position 1 carry. This is a bad idea because after 45 minutes you won't scale like other carries, which gives your team a huge disadvantage. And also because of Primal Spring nerf, your farming tempo has been decreased. When you take one neutral camp, you immediately use Primal Spring to jump onto the next neutral camp. But now you can't do that because as soon as you're done taking one camp, your Primal Spring goes on cooldown because of taking damage. I do not recommend this build. Your second option is playing Monkey King support. Listen, I have personally tried this build and it works, but Primal Spring is the core part of this build. And because of this nerf, I will not recommend this build. Next up is the Snowball build. Your main objective in this one is to make sure your enemies have a bad time in early to mid game. Items like Orb of Corrosion, Diffusal, or Echo Saber will help you snowball early to mid game. But the downside is that your late game performance is not that impressive. This is why I would recommend you to play as position 2 when you want to play this build and not position 1. Last build is what I call the ult build. Your main focus in this build is your ultimate ability. For this one, you are going to buy items that will help you pin down your enemies, such as Gleipnir. And then you buy damage items. A lot of damage items. The best way to play this build is to stay on top of trees when teamfight starts. Use your ult, then use your Gleipnir when they try to run away. And as soon as their route ends, use your Q and use your Primal Spring and hop back onto the tree. You will spend 90% of the teamfight on trees. So if you play your cards right, you might not even need a BKB or any defensive items. So instead of that, buy a refresher shard so that if you mess up your ult once, you get a second chance. And also, I forgot to mention, buy shard, which adds slow to your Q, just to make sure your enemies stay inside your ult. This build will not help you get kills, but rather make sure that teamfight goes in your team's favor. If you want to play this build, then play as a position 2 or position 3 and never go position 1 with this build. Because if you do that, you're griefing. Anyways, that's it for me today. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section. Do you think Monkey King getting nerfed is a good thing now? Because I'm gonna be honest, I think they're nerfing him way too hard, even though he's just like unplayable at this point. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.